Good evening, everyone. My name is Felicia Thomas, and my final project is on the healthcare administration. I'm actually a double major for healthcare administration and organizational leadership, but I'm just going to do it on one degree, which is the healthcare side. So, we're going to go into what is organizational culture. What does the organizational culture look like on the healthcare industry side, and the conclusion. So, organizational culture is generally understood as all a company's beliefs, values, and attitudes, and how these influence the behavior of employees. Organizational culture includes following the company's mission statement and what they believe to make the organization a successful company to run. This can also be based on the hierarchy level. Normally, that consists of who you report to. So it can be your manager, a supervisor, it can be their manager, goes all the way up to CEO level. The next structure that can also fall under the organizational culture is what's called a clan, also known as mentoring structure. And that doesn't necessarily mean you may report to a supervisor or a manager. This can be more so on the mentoring side. So you may have a person or a group of people that mentor you on what the beliefs and attributions may be for that organization. And then last but not least, you also have the market or production level of things. So some companies may believe in their organizational culture as one as to make sure their numbers look good. Some don't, but some companies do. What does organizational culture look like in the healthcare industry? It means being able to care for every patient's medical needs, making sure the organizational medical team isn't understaffed, and healthcare workers are mentally and physically able to perform their duties. So, if you are familiar with the Rocky Mount area, prime example, a lot of us complain about it is the UNC Healthcare Department or Nash General. There's not a lot of nurses that are available there, which means there's longer wait time. You can be waiting in there up to almost equivalent to a full 8 hour work shift. And the ones that are in there, I'm pretty sure they're mentally and physically tired. Just imagine working 12 hours a day, hardly any breaks, short lunches, and you're just trying to do the best you can do to make sure that each patient is seen and are treated fairly. And that can do a lot that can impact the organizational culture in the healthcare industry. So you have to definitely make sure that there's enough available workers on the floor and making sure they're mentally able to take care of each patient needs. So if the patients aren't receiving quality service and are affected by the choices made within the organization, it can lead to adverse outcomes. Furthermore, organizational culture in healthcare is also linked to employee morale and productivity. With that, employees may feel uncomfortable with practices, thus leading to lack of productivity. This also includes reward systems set in place, having a proper dress code, and a healthcare pathway. So, the same as any other company, whether it's a bank, retail, anywhere else in the healthcare industry, um, if they don't have the proper equipment or they don't know the proper procedures or policies on how to take care of certain situations for certain patients, this can be very detrimental, not only to the hospital or any kind of medical setting. This can be very bad for the patient themselves. This can lead to misdiagnosing the patient. This can lead to whatever illness they have. It may get worse. This includes them leaving the hospital after being admitted and being readmitted because the policy and procedures weren't in place correctly. Or worse, it can actually cause death. So, this is why organizational culture is very important in the healthcare industry because it's not just the way the employees work, but this also impacts the patient's well being. And in conclusion, organizational culture can be complicated, but it is necessary to pay attention to the nature of the healthcare setting and excuse me, healthcare setting and their nature. Healthcare organization can improve the overall work environment and provide safe and quality patient care by being aware of visible manifestation, accepting shared ways of thinking, and reinforcing a deeper understanding of the organizational culture. Without this concept, it would be difficult for healthcare workers to give the proper care to patients, show empathy to those who are unhealthy, and update the proper way to treat patients and keep records of the latest trends in the healthcare industry. So basically, what we already talked about, this can not only just impact employees but patients as well. So it's very important to make sure that they have the proper equipment, they know the proper procedures, any kind of updates on medical treatments they know about. For example, with COVID, um, one time it was just one shot. Now we know you need at least two shots and possibly a booster. So imagine being, say, Pfizer and not realizing that update was there and you're still only giving out one shot. That can be critical to anyone that's getting that vaccination. So it's always important to keep up with every latest trend or any updates on any medical procedure, medication, vaccination. That way, the healthcare facility can properly treat each and every patient to the best of their abilities. And I thank you for taking the time out to look at my presentation. If you have any more questions or concerns, my email is pt25555, so 452 at my.ncwc.edu. Thank you.